Hello, 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 everybody. Do, 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 do. Let me put the call-in link here. Copy. How are you guys doing today? Man, it is snowing so hard outside. It is snowing like madness. It's so nice and so beautiful. It's so pretty. All right, so today we have our business language class. And I'm happy with everybody that, I know most of you can catch it on the playback. Happy for the people that are here. I'll just give it a couple seconds before so people can come in. So yeah, I'm trying this new area because the light was reflecting too much upstairs. So let's see how we do with this place here. This is usually where I record. As you can see, I have my green screen there. So that's usually where we record. So today we are having our business language class. Can you see me? I have to bend over a little bit. At least I'm standing. The sitting too much, kind of gets to me. But I'm going to wait a little bit longer for people to come before I go to the board. What I'll do is I'll start with the lesson and then go to the board because the board is double-sided, right? Hi, 3Z Records. Hi. Thanks for coming to our first language class, business language class. So yeah, I'm trying out a different area. This is the area where I usually film. Where I usually film my videos for my company. As you can see the green screen there. So I said, you know what, let me bring the board downstairs. Let me try. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me try to bring it down here to see if you guys can better see, right? So, but we're gonna, so we have both sides of the board today. So, and we also do have a presentation for you guys, right? So, yeah, we have some good things planned for everybody today. Let's see. Can you see me? Maybe just a little bit. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to start. I can make you mine. And I'm going to make the, I really want you guys to get these lessons. So I'm going to make the screen bigger this time. That's what I'm going to do. Hold on. Share screen. Share. Greetings, Miss T, my star student. Greetings, Miss T. Greetings. So, Miss T, today we have some lessons on the board, but I did create a PowerPoint for you guys, right? And now you can see it, but let's see. Can I see you? I'm going to make it big because, yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, that's better. I think that's better, actually. Right? And then we can go to the board and then we can talk about the board. Greetings. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about mastering effective communication, and we have the practical exercises for that. Okay? We have some practical exercises. So we have some fill in the blanks, we have some guess the words, we have basically, I want you guys to get used to using these words, okay? And get comfortable. And the thing is this, right? As you get around more people who use these words more frequently, it will become second nature to you, right? It will become second nature to you. But in the meantime, what it's doing is making you not feel intimidated or making you feel not feel like uncomfortable when you're in polite company. Okay, so that's what's important, right? So today what we're doing is, can I share it this way? All right. So today we're going to have the introduction, we're going to have fill in the blanks, and we're going to have a summary. Okay. Let me make sure that you can see me, because the thing is, greetings. I can't see you now because I'm, downstairs in a different room. Right. So let's see. Hold on. Can you guys see the screen? Can you see the lesson? Once you can see the lesson, that's what matters. All right. And then we're going to go to the board and we're going to deal with the board. So for a yes, okay, good. So for a while I won't be able to see the chat, Misty. I won't be able to see while we go through. We're going to go through half and then we're going to go to the board and we're going to come back. All right. So introduction. So basically, guys, we want you to improve your formal business vocabulary. It's very important, right? And as I said, you'll get used to using these words and using these words properly in sentences the more you hear it. Okay, the more you hear it. So basically, when you elevate in your job or when you start to do more networking, you're going to hear these phrases. And so you're going to get used to it. So don't feel like as if it's something that you have to know right away, right? It's not something that you have to like kill yourself with, but it's good to be familiar with these words and these phrases so that you don't feel intimidated and you don't feel uncomfortable. And that's what I want for you guys. I want whenever you go into a room, you know that you belong there. If it's a room you choose to belong to, okay? I want you guys to always feel and know that you belong. That is half of the battle. Believe it or not, that's half of the battle, because people can smell, they can sense your insecurities, and they can sense when you're uncomfortable, and they won't do business with you, okay? Because they'll see you as a novice, and they're not going to waste their time or their money on your training. So being comfortable, showing that you're used to certain words and certain phrases will always help you. Okay, these are facts. All right, so now we're going to have a fill in the blank. So meeting and discussion phrases. Here is a phrase: we will meet on Friday to discuss the project. You guys tell me what we should use instead of meet. We talked about it last week. Misty, you got it right as well. We will meet on Friday to discuss the project. Give me another word for meet. All right, in the interest of time, I'll continue. Convene, right? So basically it's going to be, we will convene on Friday to discuss the project. Instead of meet, use convene. All right, next. Can we talk about the new policy? That's right, Misty, you got it. Convene. I'm sorry, I got the message from you late. Can we talk about the new policy? Can we talk about the new policy? Instead of talk, what we're going to do? Discuss. Can we discuss the new policy? We don't have to say discuss about. Can we discuss the new policy? Right? Good. I want you guys to have this. And people who are members of the channel, you have to private message me your email. I will send you these PowerPoints so you have them for yourself. Okay? All right, now this is talk about later. Let's talk about later the budget, or let's talk about the budget later, right? A word for that we could use, a word for that we can use is revisit. Let's revisit the budget. You don't have to say, well, you can say later, because actually when I think about it, hi Rick Storm, good evening. Rick Storm, since you've been dropping so much super chat, I'm going to send you the what do you call it? The PowerPoints, which is for the members, but you basically are a member because you'll drop super chat and stuff. Right? So when we say revisit. So no, you can't say revisit later because maybe you spoke about it before. Maybe you were talking about it before, right? So let's talk about the budget later. Let's revisit the budget later. Okay. Next one. Can you talk more on that topic? What's another word that we can use? No problem, Rickstorm. Thank you. Thank you so much. What's another word that we can use instead of talk more? Can you talk more on that topic? Talk more on that topic. Elaborate. Can you elaborate on that topic? That's a nice word. Elaborate. Okay. Now, here is everything here. All of them. So here is the full scope of it. We will meet on Friday to discuss the project. Convene. We can talk about the new policy. We can discuss the new policy. Let's talk about later the budget. Let's talk about the budget later. Let's revisit the budget. You can say later. Can you talk more on that topic? Can you elaborate on that topic? Okay, good. Next, I would like to ask about the updated schedule. Simple, easy. I would like to inquire about the updated schedule. Okay. Asking that question. I'll let you know once I hear back. I will let you know once I hear back. I should have made that bigger. I apologize for that. I'll let you know once I hear back. I will notify you. Okay? I will notify. Okay? So we use those words instead. We must find out the cause. We must find out the cause. The proper word to use, or the recommended word to use, is determine. We will determine the cause. Now here is everything from that chapter. We will meet on Friday to discuss the project. We will convene. Okay, we went over that already. I would like to ask about the updated schedule. I would like to inquire about the updated schedule. I'll let you know once I hear back. I will notify you once I hear back. We must find out the cause. We must determine the cause. Okay, good. Next, informing and reporting and giving instructions. This is very important, guys, because a lot of times you find the language that's used, especially by managers, it can be aggressive. And that's how you guys end up in HR. And that's how you guys end up in trouble and people crying, right? That's what happens. You can use words that are less inflammatory. All right. So please tell the team about the changes. Instead of inform. Please inform the team about the changes. Okay. Next. Please give an update by noon. Please give an update by noon. Please provide an update by noon. Provide. Okay. Please make sure everyone is informed. Now, this one, you see, like these words here, they can. Hi, Symphony L. Good afternoon. Best my subscriber. Symphony, you can private message me your email so that I can send you these PowerPoints for this month, okay? Because I want you to have it, because you're supposed to have it as a subscriber. So you can, yes, Misty, you're right. So you can, if you private message me your email, I will send you the PowerPoints. Now, guys, the other group where we have like the actual people setting goals and we're meeting once a week, that's full. I'm not taking any more people. I actually have 4 people, and I think that's enough for me because this is the first time that I'm trying to mend it into this, and I have my other work to do, which is a lot. So that group, I'm not doing more than 4 people, right? So we have 4 people who are, achieving their world. We're starting our goals. We're supposed to achieve them in 2 months, which is by end of December. So, we start our New Year's resolutions early, right? Okay. Please make sure everyone is informed. And Miss T said, ensure. And of course, she's right because she's top of the class. Miss T, that's right. Ensure. And ensure sounds less aggressive, right? You want to tell people what to do, but you want to take the sting out of it. Okay? Please use the template. Please use the template. Utilize. Please utilize the new template, or please utilize the template, right? That's what we do. Good. Report in progress. All right. So now when you say, I will check the data before sending it. I will check the data before sending it. What's another thing you can say? I will verify the data. Verify. Verify means check. Okay. Don't forget that. Good. The report will show our progress. The report will show our progress. What do we use instead of that? We're going to use demonstrate. That's right. Demonstrate. Hey, Bruce Wayne, bless up, bless up. No worries, no worries. No worries. Stay here, listen, that's fine. We're going to go to the board soon, and we're going to do some phrases, different phrases that are less inflammatory, especially when you're dealing with people, right? So you don't end up in HR with people crying. Demonstrate. Okay? Now, let's finish the report today. Guys, let's finish the report today. Guys, can we finalize the report today? Much smoother, right? People, I want you to always remember you're dealing with human beings. Even though it's business, right? It's people. You're dealing with human beings, and people have emotions, okay? So you can still be direct, but take the sting out of your language, okay? And that's something I had to learn, right? Late teens, early 20s, right? Because I had to face the reality that you're a woman going into business, right? And a woman who is Black going into business, and a woman who has an accent going into business. So I had to learn. And sometimes I saw some really great, bright, beautiful women, and they were not aggressive. They were just seen as aggressive. They were not rude in any way, right? But they were seen that way. And a lot of it is because of language. Guys, we have enough issues against us. So we need to make our road as smooth as possible. These are facts. Okay? These are facts. We don't have time for misunderstandings, right? And missed opportunities, right? You already have a lot of things against you. So make your road as easy as possible. Now, as I said before, you're not going to get all these words all at once, and that's fine. That's perfectly okay. The whole purpose of this is to make sure that you are not intimidated by these words, and when you go around these polite company and you hear them speak, you feel comfortable and you can converse. Hi, Miss Incognito. Good afternoon, my dear. Good to see you. Right? That's what it is. So we have enough against us, right? Good. Finalize. So here is the whole thing. Please tell them about the changes. Please inform them about the changes. Please give an update by noon. Please provide an update by noon. Please make sure everyone is informed. Please ensure everyone is informed. Please use the new template. Please utilize the new template. I will check the data before sending it. I will verify the data before sending it. That makes you sound more confident. That makes you sound like you really are going to do it. It actually builds trust instead of check, right? Verify is a stronger, is a more proactive word actually than check, for some reason. And that's the English language for you, right? The report will show our progress. The report will demonstrate our progress. When you say demonstrate like that instead of show, demonstrate meaning like The report will be in detail. It will show you, it will give you an understanding, demonstration. Demonstrate instead of show. It's just a subtle thing. It means the same thing. It means the exact same thing, right? But it's just a little bit more nuanced into confidence. Okay? Don't forget that. Let's finish the report today. Guys, can we finalize the report today? Yes, Miss Julia. No problem. Good. Everybody's happy, right? Good. Next, addressing problems. No, this is another one, right? And especially for you, it's Rick LOL. I'm listening from Aunt Tablet. Oh, okay. I didn't know who you were. I thought you were someone from TikTok, right? Because we've been getting some new followers from TikTok. Soon I'll be doing these on TikTok too. It's my problem with it, and I'll be very transparent with you. Everything I have is Apple. So I can't download TikTok Studio with my Apple for some reason. They don't allow it. So now I have to get an Android device so that I can actually stream through StreamYard. Hi, DL Tasha. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Right? So that's what I have to do. That's just the way it is. We just have to move with the punches. Okay? All right. So here it is. Problem solving and handling issues. We must fix this issue before lunch. Another word instead of fix. Resolve. Perfect word. Perfect word. We need to resolve this issue before lunch. Resolve is better than fix. Why? Resolve gives you the feeling of everybody's at peace with it. It's a resolution. It's resolved, right? Instead of fix, which could be manipulation. See the difference? It's just business language, nuance to give you to make you more comfortable. Not nuance, wrong word, but it has a different flavor to it. Okay, we will deal with the customer complaints today. Doesn't sound too good. Yeah, I know, Rick. All Apple products. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do it on TikTok too because I'm actually able to do it on TikTok, where to come on to the followers, and a lot of people there want me over there. So I'm going to do it both. Mr. and Mrs. Gold's YouTube channels. Hi, you. Good afternoon and welcome. And thank you, Miss T. Miss T is like our head person in charge. She keeps me straight and keeps this thing straight. So thank you so much, Miss T. And everybody who are subscribers, all of the PowerPoints, I will email them to you. Just private message me your email. Again, for the people on TikTok that were asking about the other group, the goal setting group, I'm at capacity. I have 4 people, to be honest, and that's at capacity for me because I want to make sure that I actually do a good job, and I don't want to take on too much so that it is not effective, because I have to manage this. I have to manage my real job, and I have to manage making sure that I am, that I'm actually helpful. Hello, the effervescent nerd. That's such a nice name, effervescent nerd. That's crazy. I like that. I'm a nerd too. All right, let's go. We will deal with the customer complaints today. Deal with. It doesn't sound really nice, right? Better word, address. We will address the customer's complaint today. Why does that make such a big difference? Address. Because deal with sounds like a problem. Deal with already has the comments aren't being blocked. No. Why is someone blocking DL's comments? Nobody's blocking your comments, I don't believe. Comments aren't being blocked. No, not at all. I don't know what's happening there. I apologize for that, but no, comments are not being blocked at all. Maybe it's his device or something. I don't know. But no, we don't have that over here. Everybody is respectful. Once you're respectful, you're good. I don't see any problem with DL's what he said. And if Miss T said nobody is getting blocked, then I just follow what Miss T said. Whatever Miss T says, but that's what we're working with. All right. So address, right? Instead of handling, because instead of, okay, what did I say? I never use it. We will deal with. deal with. That is so it's like automatically like there is a problem. We're gonna have to deal with have to deal with this, have to deal with this. You know what I mean? It's so negative. So address means that I will be present and I will look at what the issues are and we will come up with a solution. Address. Okay? Much better. So here are all the statements here. Here are all the statements here. We must fix the issue before launch. We must resolve. Loving this, Miss Gold, woman empowerment. That's right. Woman empowerment. That's right. And you know what? Okay, thank you, because he's the one that sent us here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he sends you here or not. I treat everybody who graced me with their time well, because I don't take anybody's time for granted. So we don't treat anybody badly at all. That is not me. I think you should take some time to get to know me a bit more, and don't assume that, you know, if someone is treated badly over on another platform, that they will have the same treatment over on my platform. No, it's different houses, right? So, and you can see what is there going across the screen. We're here for people to learn. So we don't have that animosity or that feeling, bad feelings over here at all. Okay? That's not how my house is. Right. So we must fix the issue before launch. Resolve. Okay? We will deal with customer complaints today. Address. Right? We will work on a solution. Right? Oh, I didn't write it. We will work on a solution. What is that? We will develop. Work on, develop. Okay? Okay, thank you. Because yeah, no worries. And listen, even if he's the one that sent you here, which I do appreciate, I hope the content makes you stay. Because the whole point is to help each other and to help you guys, right? That's what the point of it is. So the moment I am no longer helpful to you, or the moment you don't find any of this useful to you, I understand if you have to leave. That's no problem. Okay? But no, I don't treat people badly at all, unless you disrespect somebody who is here in our chat or disrespect us on the panel. Then that's a different story, because we don't want certain energies over here, right? We're here to actually grow and discuss, right? No feelings. Okay, or only good vibes. All right, good. So develop. And remember, now you have to think about context, right? You have to think about context. All right, next. All right, Miss T will soon go to the board. So here is everything. We must fix the issue before launch. We must resolve the issue before launch. Okay. We will deal with the customer complaints today. No, we are going to address the customers' complaints today. Or, as a matter of fact, complaints not even a good word. We don't want to say that. Actually, I wrote a different word. We should say, okay, concerns. That's a better word than complaint, right? So instead of we will deal with the customer complaints today, we will address the customer's concerns today. Okay? We will work on a solution. Instead of that, we say, we will develop a solutions. Now, here is starting and beginning. Okay? Where's DL? The comments still not working for him? I don't know how that would be. Black. DL, type if you're still here. Let's see if the comments are working for you. All right. Good. Starting and beginning. We will start a new campaign in March. What do we say? We will initiate. Start, initiate. Right? It's just a better word. It gives the connotation of drive. You know what I mean? Force and starting with direction. Right? That's what initiate kind of does. Okay? All right. We will begin training next week. We will begin. See, now you see, start, you see, this is why context is so important, because starting and beginning actually has the same meaning, but business language it can be skewed differently, right? Just like pay. I'll go to that soon, right? So starting, so we will begin training next week. a word for that is commence. We will commence training next week. So you see the difference with that? You see the difference, right? Is the English language commence, right? Start and begin and initiate. It's the same things, but in different contexts, right? In different contexts, there's a better word, right? So commence is good. So here's everything, right? We will start. Oh, next one. Sorry. We will work together on this project. Work together on this project. I'm gonna. Okay, thank you. Because work together on this project. Tell me. Work together on this project. What do you think? Work together on this project. Come on, give me a guess. Give me a guess. Work together on this project. No? Going once? Going twice? No? 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 You guys gone? Oh no, you guys. All right, no candy for you today. Work together on this project. Collaborate. We will collaborate on this project. Collaborate, right? All right. Now, when it comes to postponements, and that's right, Misty, you got it. Collaborative. Collaborate. That's right. Collaborate. Now, when it comes to postponements and deferrals, right? Instead of you saying we should wait for approval, we should defer. Let's defer. Okay? Wait, defer. We may need to put off the launch. Is now you see, put off is the same thing as basically wait. But in this context, there's a better word to use, right? And there's a better word that will be used. Okay? So put off the launch, we will postpone the launch. We will postpone it, right? That means it's still going to happen, but we're not going to say put off, okay? Because you know what? Postpone is such a much more active word, because postpone tells me, right, that you have another date in mind, basically, or it's in the sight. It's inside. It's not like as if you put it off, as in move it to the back burner, right? It's postponed, as in it will happen, but we have direction for it to happen. Okay? Even if you don't give a date. Postpone is just a better word than put off. Okay? DJ Easy, big up, big up, big up my DJ. Big up. Oh man, I tell you, your mixes have been helping me. I've been driving with them, they've been keeping me up and helping me do my work. So blessings, and thank you for what you're doing for Jamaica as well. I saw that and I appreciate that very much. DJ Easy is he's actually donating some of his funds to the relief, and so am I, but I'm doing mine quietly. But I actually reached out to what's their name? I will tell you soon. I reached out to them, so I'm waiting for them to actually get back to me, if they will, so I can actually do it properly. If I don't do it, if they don't reach back to me, I'll just have to donate quietly without telling you guys a promise that, I'm going to give your money there, because I want to be able to do it properly with their branding, what they allow us to say, etc. So I have to do it properly that way. But if not, I'll do it on my own. Right? You have to do things properly. All right, postpone. Okay, good. Initiation and delays. All right, so here we go. This is everything here on the screen. We will start a new campaign in March. We will initiate a new campaign in March. We will begin training next week. We will commence training next week, right? We will work together on this project. We will collaborate. We should wait for approval. We should defer. We may need to put off the launch. We may need to postpone the launch. All right. Asking for help. Here's another one. Asking for help. This one is very, 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 very important. The way you ask for help, is very important. Okay. Now, Can you help me with this task? Can you help me with this task? Can you assist? Can you assist me with this task? Or can you assist with this task? Not assist me. Can you guess the timeline? Can you guess the timeline? Better word. Estimate. Can you estimate the timeline or estimate when it will be done? Here it is. Guess, estimate. And no, guesstimate is not a word. Nobody likes that word. Stop trying to make it happen. Okay. Right. Now buying and payment. Now here we go. We plan to buy new equipment. We went over this last week. Buy. Instead of buy, we have purchase. Did I write it? Yes, I did. Purchase. Okay. Instead of buy, we have purchase. We will purchase new equipment. Right? Now, here is this. Pay. Remember now, last week we talked about pay. And in the context of what we were talking about, it was what we were talking, did I just lose my thought? Right. In the context of what we're talking about, we said compensate. Okay. Clearly you can't use compensate with will you compensate the invoice? It doesn't make any sense. Right? But will you pay her, or were you paid by her? Was she compensated? Will you compensate her? Yeah, everybody please like the live as you come in. Like the live as you come in, right? Will you compensate her? Right? That's paid. No. Different context here, Misty, as you see. Right? This one here, now will you pay the invoice? Here is the word that we're going to use for pay. In this context, we are going to use the word remit. Okay? Did you remit payment? Or did you remit payment on the invoice? Okay? Again, please change the pricing model. Instead of you saying change, because it's so broad and it sounds so aggressive, please change, just change it. Nobody likes that. Okay? They might take it wrong, especially if they have a bad day. Modify. Will you modify? Because modifying is, if you modify something, you're changing it. Right? But what you're basically saying is not everything is to be thrown out. There are modifications that are needed. Right? When you say change, it can make someone feel like as if the work that they did previously is just should be discarded. Like change the whole thing. Like it gives that off, right? So you say modify. Okay? So here it is. Please change the pricing model. Please modify the pricing model. Let's look at last month's sales. Look at. Review. Okay? Let's review it. And why review is good. Adjust is good too, Miss T. Adjust is actually very good too. But why is review good? Because review means like we'll look at it again, but with understanding. Right? We'll actually go back over it and have a clear understanding of it. So it's a better action word. Right? It's a better action word. Okay? Good. So please change the pricing model. Please modify. Let's look at last month's sales. Let's review. All right. Now, we should keep this information confidential. We should keep this information confidential. What do you mean by that? Retain. Keep, retain. Let's retain this information as confidential. Okay. Let's end the meeting with next steps. Let's conclude. Let's conclude this meeting with next steps. Okay. Let's conclude it with next steps. Okay. We will try a different strategy. Try Try. Try, Misty. Attempt. We will attempt a different strategy. Okay? We will move to a new office. We will relocate to a new office. Relocate. Okay? Here is everything. I want you guys to take a screenshot. Take a whatever you need to do so you guys can have that. Okay? Now, these are business growth and strength. Of course, this one is easy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Sales will go up next month. Sales will increase next month. Increase. Simple. Okay? Costs will go down soon. Of course, the counterpart to that will be decrease. Okay? So that's it right there. So here's a summary for this PowerPoint here. Listen, we need to basically, we are, replace informal words with professional equivalents because that enhances your communication. Okay? It enhances your communication. Useful is useful for reports. It makes you seem more polished, right? It's good for meeting requests as well. It makes people put you, listen, being confident in what you're saying is important. Okay? It's important. I can't tell you how many people I know was saying really good and effective things, but because of the fact that they use the wrong words or they're not confident in their delivery, right? It's like going over people's heads, and we have to actually say, no, but listen to what she said. What she says makes sense, right? And they will say, oh, thanks, we should have not said no, but it was her information, right? And that's how unfortunately, a lot of women get passed up too. There's misogyny and all of that stuff in the workplace. But you will find there's nobody who says things as confident. Also, the two sexes, when a man doesn't know what he's talking about, he still sounds confident. To the point where you have to be like, that doesn't make any sense, right? So sound confident and have the hi guys, Ricardo. Good day, my dear. Good day, my dear. So we just finished the PowerPoint section. So now we're gonna go to the board. So now with the board, you can ask for flowers. Let me see if you guys can see the board. All right, so let me put away the Sharpie because I don't want to Sharpify the board. All right, so now everyday phrases that we can change. Instead of I don't know, can you see? Yeah. Instead of I don't know, what is a phrase that you could say instead of I don't know? Instead of I don't know, you say, let me use a different color. You there? All right, Miss T, what you say? Instead of I don't know, what would you say? What would you say? I'll pressure Miss T too much. Anybody? Instead of I don't know, I'm answering. That's a good one, Miss T. But what we say is, I'll need to confirm and get back to you. Instead of I don't know, you say, I will confirm and get back to you. So that's an action step there, right? If somebody's asking you a question like that, Miss Incognita said, I have no idea. It's when somebody's asking you a question like that, right? And you don't know, don't say I don't know. Especially if you're a part of a team or something, right? It sounds much better indeed. That's right. Because it's proactive. It's basically saying, you know what? Let me confirm. I don't know either, but let me confirm and get back to you. Okay, that's a proactive way, especially if it's somebody higher up or like a boss or somebody. Or, you know what? It doesn't even matter. Anybody. It could be a person just walking inside of your store or whatever. It doesn't have to be somebody higher up, right? Use another color marker. You're not seeing that one on the board. Okay. You know what? I'll use Can you see the purple? Let's see. Let's see if you can see the purple. I don't care. Instead of I don't care, what would you say? Instead of I don't care, you can see the purple. Instead of I don't care, we'll say, you know, it's not a priority at this time. Let me see if you can see. If not, I'll just use a black. It's not a priority at this time. Perfect. I don't care sounds very aggressive. Can you see the purple? It's not a priority at this time. Okay, I'll just go back to the black. I like things colorful, but if the color not working, the black is more visible. Okay, I'll use the black. The black wins. All right. The black wins. And you know much color one them the color one I got because I was thinking, oh, it's going to be so nice and color for everybody. Wrong. All right, so I don't care. All right, so now when somebody says, when they say it's not, that's not my job. Instead of you saying that's not my job, what can you say? Instead of that's not my job. That's so rude. It may not be your job, but there's a better way to say it. Instead of that's not my job, you can say that falls outside of my current scope of responsibilities. Saying, you know, actually, that falls outside my current scope of responsibilities. Perfect. That falls outside. That's right, Misty. Misty got it. That's outside the scope of my duties. That's perfect. That's perfect. Matter of fact, that's even better than mine, actually, Misty, because it's shorter and more to the point. That's outside the scope of my duties. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. What's the next one I have? All right. Instead of you telling somebody, you know what? You messed up. You know, this will send you to HR. It's better. This will send you to HR. You don't tell people you messed up. And it will make people not want to work with you. What's a better thing to say instead of you messed up? What you can say is there seems to be an oversight, right? This is it. There seems to have, or you can say there seems to have been an oversight. You messed up. There seems to be an oversight. All right, good. There seems to be an oversight instead of you messed up. You are wrong. Yeah, sure, no problem, Misty. It's all here for everybody. Next one, you are wrong. You are wrong. Instead of you say, and let me give you a trick. Especially when things like this, right? Instead of you saying you are wrong, you make it an I thing, even though it's them wrong, right? This is just because people are attached to their work, they're attached to whatever it is that they were trying to do, right? So instead of you saying you are wrong, you say, I see that from a different perspective. Then you tell your perspective, and everybody agrees with your perspective, even the person that was wrong. Ding! The more you know. Soft skills, people. Soft skills will open so many doors for you. So many doors. Soft skills. There's a way to tell people that they're wrong without calling them out and making yourself a secret enemy. Okay? Right? You can say, that's interesting, you know, but I see that from a different perspective. I see that from a different perspective. Right? Good. Right? Now we're going to get into some real stuff now, especially when emotions are high. Especially when emotions are high. Right? Let's see. Hmm. When you want to tell somebody to calm down, you don't tell them calm down. You can't just say calm down, calm down. You can't just say that, okay? Especially in the professional space, right? Don't tell them to calm down. A matter of fact, nobody in the history of the world, I think, you ever tell them to calm down has sufficiently calmed down. All right. So instead of calm down, you say, let's take a moment to regroup. Let's take a moment to regroup. Okay? Let's take a moment to regroup. All right? That's what you do. Instead of calm down, let's take a moment to regroup. Okay? Good. What's the next one? All right. Now, you don't tell people, hurry up. Hurry up with the report. You don't tell people, hurry up. Okay? It's just, just care about people. Don't tell them, hurry up. Okay? Instead of you saying, hurry up, you can say, this has urgency, or there's urgency on this. There is urgency in this. Let's say in this. In this. Right? So, when you know that your team is behind, okay, no problem. DJ said, I will watch fully on the play forward. Sleep time has reached for me. Big up. I said, big up, DJ. Thank you so much for passing through. No problem. No problem. All right. So, instead of what was I saying? Yeah. Instead of hurry up, right? What you do? Hold on. Why are you trying to call me right now? Where's this thing you're ringing? No, close that out. Close that out. Hold on, people. Yeah. So you tell them, listen, there is urgency on this. Okay, there is urgency here. All right. So you look at them, you let them know that, listen, guys, we need this by 12 o'clock. There's urgency here. Okay? Get to work. Don't just tell people, you know what, hurry up. Don't do that. Right? Good. Next. I am too busy. I'm too busy. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say instead of I'm too busy? You're gonna say my capacity is currently limited. My capacity is currently limited. Right? You can say that. My capacity is currently limited. Okay? That means that basically I don't have the bandwidth right now to deal with that. Right? I'm too busy on whatever it is that I'm doing. Right? No, you don't tell people do it again. Okay? When you said do it again, it just sounds, you don't want animosity. Okay? You don't pick your battles. Okay? Just don't say it that way. Okay? You can tell somebody, please revise this, right? Instead of you saying do it again, say please revise this. Better. Good. Do it again. Please revise this. Okay? All right. Now, especially for emails, right? Especially for emails, when, instead of you saying, I told you already, right? In emails, especially, you want to always sound professional. You always want to sound professional, period. But you make sure that you, because it's your written word and it will last forever. Okay. So instead of you saying, I already told you this, or I told you already, you say, as previously mentioned, right? So basically what you're saying is you're reminding them, as previously mentioned, then you go blah 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 blah. And you know what, that's a good thing to do, because hi Imatep, good afternoon. Oh, thank you for being a new member, Imatep. So what I'll do, Imatep, is I will send you the PowerPoints of these. Everybody's a new member gets the PowerPoint from the lessons, right? You use that one all the time at work, Misty. Yes, that's right. That's right. So yeah, Imatep, I'll send you all of the PowerPoints. I know you don't need that, but it's a part of you being a subscriber, which I appreciate. Right? So, right. So instead of I told you already, because guess what? The thing is this, Misty. Nobody will ask you if they remember. Like if they remembered when you told them before, why would they ask you? They wouldn't ask you. Why would I ask you something that I remember? It don't make no sense, right? But what you want to show is, as previously mentioned. In other words, I did tell you this before, and I'm reminding you now. So don't ask me again. It's a polite way to be firm. Guys and ladies and gentlemen, we have to find a way to be direct, firm, but yet still polite. So we take the aggression out of our language, and the way we do that, lots of times, is substituting words. Okay, substituting words, right? Good. Next one. That doesn't make sense. This one here, end up a lot of managers, and you can ask Imatep about it, end up a lot of managers in HR with crying people, right? If they say to you, that doesn't make sense, what you say? What you say is, could you please clarify your point? Right? Could you clarify your point? So basically putting them on the stand to basically explain further, right? Instead of you saying that don't make sense. Okay? Give them a chance to clarify. Okay? And then after that, you interject. All right? These are facts. Good. Now we're gonna go over the other board. So this is easy part, right? This is easy because we already went through. You know what? Since you guys like these phrases so much, all right, let me give you another phrase. Somebody give you a project. They hand in a project for you, or hand in something, right? He said, I didn't get any notification, unfortunately. Don't know what's going on with you. That's okay, Imatep. That's okay, dear. I thought, to be honest, I thought you'd be probably working too. And my apologies. I probably should have sent you the live. I should have sent you the live. So I take responsibility for that. I didn't send it to you. So I apologize for that. Right. So let's see. What did I just say? I just was giving you a very, very good one and I forgot. Okay, yeah. Instead of you saying I don't like it, like when sometimes people bring in ideas, but guess what? And sometimes it's like you're like, but guess what? You can't shun them. You know why? Because you don't want to dampen that spark that they have in bringing you ideas, right? You want them to keep bringing you ideas, right? You want them to keep bringing you ideas. So you don't just look at it and just say, I don't like it. Don't do that, right? Don't do that. What you can say is, this does not align with our direction. Perfect. And you explain why it doesn't work, right? Maybe the tone isn't right. You have to tell them, say, listen, look back through everything, all our advertising, look at how we talk to customers, right? The tone isn't right, etc., right? But you don't say, I don't like it. You say, this does not align with our direction, right? That's something that you can say. Let's see. Instead of you telling somebody you're late, You don't call out people like that. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's why managers get bad reviews. Don't do it. Don't say that. Say thank you for joining us. Joining us. We have already begun. Or we had already begun. Side eye. Right? The point of what I'm trying to say to you guys and girls, guys and gals, right? The point of what I'm trying to say to you is we communicate with more than the words that come out of our mouth. All right? We communicate with more than the words that come out of our mouth. So you can still say it pleasantly and still be direct. Okay? And you can learn it. And everybody else knows what you mean in the room. Everybody else knows what you mean in the room. And instead of you saying, this won't work, right? Instead of you saying something like, this won't work, I don't like this won't work. What you can say is, hey, you know what? I think there are challenges with that approach. Or there may be challenges with that approach. Don't just say, this won't work, and shut people down like that. Don't do that. Especially if you're a manager, right? You don't do that. You should see the snow outside. My God, just like the sky is just open up. I just woof, woof, woof. That's why I knew like I couldn't start at 2:20. To start after 3 because I had to drive very, very carefully because I was in the woods. I have to drive real, real slow and real carefully on this ice. It's just snow, and like ice rain. So it's like, you know what? Instead of me rushing, let me just reschedule the live for 3:30. Right? Right. Right. So yeah, you don't, there are certain things that you do, Okay, another one. Okay, here's another one that always end up people with tears in HR. That's a bad idea. You don't tell people don't say that's a bad idea. Please don't say it. Don't say that's a bad idea unless you want an enemy. A secret enemy in your workplace. Don't say that's a bad idea. Don't say that's a bad idea. Mm-mm. That's a bad idea, no. What you can say is, there may be more effective alternatives. That's better. Doesn't that sound nice? And then that opens up the person, right? If the person's not a narcissist or the person isn't like, and if it's a narcissist, you can't help them anyway. Those people don't change, right? So you open up the person and you make the person become curious, right? And you save the person from feeling shame in front of other people. You don't shame people in front of other people. Don't do it. Don't do it. It will always come back to bite you. You might feel like you're a big man in charge at that time and feel like, oh, you had one over on that person. But let me tell you something. The way how office politics is or just work politics is, don't shame people. You must have it that people come up to you afterwards and say, man, Miss Julia, or man, Miss T, thank you for that. Man, you saved me in there. Right? There's always a nicer way, even if you don't like the person. Don't put no people in public. Don't do it. You're going to get some enemies. Okay? And people are vindictive when they come down to money. Right? I'm not saying to try to be friends with people, but don't shame people. All right? Good. So, let's see. Another one. Never ever say this. I'm bored. Never say this. So if your manager comes to you and say, how did you find that task? Never say it was boring or I'm bored. Never ever. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Snow in early November, signs of the time. You know what? It was sometimes it's in October. And you remember that song? Sometimes the snow comes down in June. Yeah, it does here in Canada. Right? What was I saying? Yeah. Don't say you're bored. Do not say that you are bored. I should have wrote it on this. So don't say you're bored. Just say, the task was not as engaging. There you go. It was not very engaging. And then your manager will say, huh, okay. That means that she didn't feel like her mind and herself was being put to use. Thanks, Imhotep, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Right? Yeah. Right? You're not engaging. Right? You know, so Imhotep as a manager will be able to tell you these things. Right? Because these are the things. I sound like peanut butter again. These are the things that will end you up in HR with people crying, saying that you are mean to them, or you're not an effective team leader, or you're not an effective manager. It's just a matter of wordplay. It's all it is, wordplay. All right. Don't say that's impossible. That's impossible. You're gonna be a negative Nancy. People are gonna be like, oh, he's not a team player. He is not a team player. You know what I mean? What do you say? Instead of that's impossible, you say, that may not be feasible. Feasible. Use the word feasible. That may not be feasible at this time. Yeah, that's a good one. That may not be feasible at this time. Don't just say that's impossible or that can't work or that can't. Don't do that. And listen, sometimes I laugh and I don't laugh. I don't laugh at people because I know that they mean well, right? But listen, sometimes when I hear when some things that some of the managers or some people say, right? And even back in the day when I used to work for people, work in law firm and stuff like that, right? Listen, man, I've been laughing at myself because I know exactly what it is that they should be saying, right? Or what would be better, what would make them come up. And they were right now, 100% right. But guess what? Being right, be right and be effective. You're trying to reach people. Okay? You can't hire yourself. These are the facts. You cannot hire yourself. That's why even companies spend so much money on marketing. You know why? Because your customer hires you, right? You cannot hire yourself. Okay, good. So I want you to know that. All right. Now, if your manager come to you and say, what about this? Did you? What about? Did you? What about? What about? This email, or what about this project that we're working on? Right? Don't say don't say I haven't heard anything, because that makes you seem very passive. I haven't heard anything. It makes you seem very passive, like as if you're not even trying to get the update, right? Instead of that, you say, I'm awaiting an update, or I'm waiting for an update. In other words, I reached out. That means that I proactively reached out, and it's for the other party to get back to me. So I am awaiting an update, right? That's the best thing to say. Don't say I haven't heard anything, right? Because you haven't heard anything. Okay, great for you. You haven't heard anything. What does that mean? What does that mean? Did you reach out? You haven't heard anything? That's very passive. We don't want passive. We want to know that you reached out. Hi, good man. Check. Blessings, blessings. Yeah, we're almost finished. We just have one more board to go, but I'm just going over some phrases because, it's funny. I didn't write down everything. Blessings and thanks for being here. Right. Another thing. Instead of you telling somebody, especially your manager, you didn't tell me, or you didn't tell me that. No. You remember I told you, instead of those you words, instead of you starting the sentence with you, right? Instead of that, what you say, you turn it back to I. Okay, it makes it more malleable, it makes the person more receptive, right? It makes the person more able to say that, okay, there's room for error there, right? So instead of you saying you never sent me that, or you didn't send me that, say I don't recall receiving that information. I don't recall. So in other words, I could be wrong too. We know you're not wrong. We know that. So guess what I'm going to say? Okay, I'll send it to you again, right? I will send it to you again, right? I don't recall receiving that information. Okay, there you go. So we can check the emails, we can check, right? So you bring it back to I. So you, when you start a sentence with you, especially in polite company, especially in business language, It can sound accusatory. It can sound like as if you are the bad one, you're the wrong one, right? Even if they are, what are we trying to do? We're trying to accomplish we're trying to accomplish the goal here, right? We're trying to get what we need to get here, right? Remember, sugar is better than lime. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. You get what a saying go? You get more flies with honey. We don't want flies anyway. You get more bees with honey. I guess the bees make honey. Whatever. Just make it nicer. Hi Raz. Big up, big up, big up. And thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Big up. Right? So now instead of let's see, another one. Instead of yeah, whatever, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Right? That's not something nice that you say. You can just say, you know what, I'll schedule that for a later time. So it makes the person feel like as if you're not just brushing them off. When you say, I'll do it later, that's like when I get around to it, or it's on the back burner, right? But when you say, I will schedule that for a later time, much better, because it makes the person know that you're proactive and you're actually going to make it important to actually have it done at a later time. You schedule, and you schedule mean that you're actually going to dedicate a time towards it, right? That's what that means, right? So don't say that's stupid. If somebody come up with an idea, either don't say that's just stupid. Don't say that. Don't don't say that, right? Don't say don't say that's stupid. You can say something like um this may need reevaluation. That sounds so much better. This sounds like something what Misty would say, right? This may need reevaluation. Hi, Gary. Good afternoon. Greetings and thanks for coming. Hi, Gary. Good to see you. I don't think it's a wise idea. Imhotep, that's a good one. I don't think it's a wise idea. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one too, right? Don't say I'm mad or I'm upset. I'm mad. I'm upset. Don't say that. I'm mad. I'm upset. Right? Don't say that. Right? What you can say is, you know what? I have some concerns I would like to address. Simple. Hi, Denton family. Big up, and thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. So you say, I have some concerns that I would like to address. Don't say I am mad, I'm upset. That is leading with emotion. You want to address the facts, the concerns, right? That's what you say, right? Now, here's another one. Don't say, there's a whole lot of stuff. Let me see. Let's see. What is very inflammatory? You're not listening. You're not listening. That's another one. Don't say you're not listening. Say, allow me to restate to ensure alignment. Perfect. Instead of you saying the person, you're not, again, you see, you start off with the you're. When you start off with the you're and you this and you that, it sounds accusatory. So when you say to somebody, you're not listening, right? You are not listening. No. What you can say is, allow me to restate so that I can ensure proper alignment. In other words, allow me to restate what I'm saying, so you make sure you understand what I'm saying. So you listen to what I'm saying. And when you say that, the person will pick up and will listen. Okay. Now, here's another one, and it happens all the time, especially when we have our lives and stuff, right? But you don't want to sound aggressive, so you don't want to say, "Stop interrupting me," especially when there's other people in the room and stuff like that. Even the person keeps interrupting you. Other people notice. Other people have ears. Other people notice. Other people see it. Right? Right? So Instead of you saying, stop interrupting me, a better thing for you to say is, I will continue once you have finished. Simple. I will continue once you have finished. This clash with it. But so that's life. A soft answer turn it. A soft answer turn it away, right? That's where the rest of it go. But grievous words stir up anger. Yeah, that proverb is. You see, that's what I tell you guys. Even though I'm not a religious person, there's a lot of wisdom in that Bible, and I'm glad, very glad I was exposed to the Bible and know the Bible so well, and went to churches upon churches growing up. I was an altar girl too in an Anglican church, right? So there you go. Um, yeah, you can either say I will conclude once you have finished, or um, I will continue once you have finished, right? And that's the way to do it, because that will make people already see that this person is keep on interrupting you. People see it, right? But now you're basically letting them know, you're putting them on notice in a very kind way, right? Listen to me, soft skills will open doors. I'm telling you that soft skills are good. Again, I've seen so many bright, wonderful, assertive people that were taken the wrong way just by the choice of words. Okay? Um, Instead of you saying, who cares? Don't say that. Don't say who cares. Don't say who cares, right? Ask a better question. You know what I mean? That is a funny. I remember hearing that in a couple meetings too, and I'm just like, I mean, we all get it because we were all feeling the same. We're like, who the hell cares about this shit? Use my language, right? But you don't say. You ask a different question. You basically say, is this critical to our objectives? Yeah, sounds nice. That's so nice about Miss T would say. Is this critical to our objectives? Right? In other words, what is something to do with the price of rice in China? Right? That's what I'm saying, guys. We have to be able to code switch. Code switching is very important. Yeah, we talk and stuff like that, but I want you, and as I said to you before, you're not going to get everything in one day. The more you hear this kind of vocabulary, the more you go to networking events, the more you're around people who are where you want to be, you'll get used to it because you're hearing it often. The key now is for you to become familiar with it enough, familiar with it, so that you don't feel uncomfortable in those spaces. Okay? And then naturally you will become more fluent in it. Don't feel, listen, this is the thing. I don't want you to feel intimidated by it or feel like, oh, there's so much that I don't know. There's so much that we all don't know. Who cares? I know I shouldn't say who cares, right? But still, right? There's so much that we all don't know. So it's just for you to become more familiar, right? And less intimidated. I don't want you guys to feel intimidated. No, this is something that men would say a lot of, instead of, I find a lot of men probably would say this, right? You need to try harder. As a man boss, you need to try harder, right? No, you don't know how hard the person is trying. Maybe the person is at capacity. Maybe the person is really doing their best, but maybe their best is not good enough. So you don't say you need to try harder. That's what? No, you don't say that. You don't say, you're not dealing with a robot. You're not dealing with Chat GPT or whatever else they use. Instead of that, you say, you know, there is room for improvement. Chef kiss. That makes the person not feel accused, or not make the person not feel like, oh, there's a boulder over my head because I need to try harder. No, you say, there is room here for improvement. Perfect. That's perfect. Perfect. And that's another thing too. Instead of you saying, do it this way, do it this way, and do it that way, do it this way, do it this way, do it that way, right? Right? Is the same kind of thing, right? What you can say is, I understand that you did it that way, but the recommended approach is this way. The recommended approach is that way, right? Recommended approach. So you basically stop faulting the person, right? And saying, do it this way. No, the recommended approach is such and such. Okay, good. Let's see. Yeah. Instead of let's see, you saying, why did you do that? Why did you do it that way? Why do it that way? You see, when you say stuff like that, why did you do it that way? You can make people feel stupid. And you don't want to make people feel stupid, especially when you're working with them, especially when you want them to be creative and open-minded. You don't want people to feel stupid or feel one-upped because it shuts down the process. You're trying to make people feel, you're trying to do what is best for the project, people's emotions and energy when they're doing a project is important. You have to take care of your people. Yes, it's true they're working for a paycheck. Yes, it's true that you can find somebody else to do it, but why go through that? Try to bring the best out of the person. You hire them because you believe that there's something inside of there that would be a good fit. Try to bring the best out of the person and teach them at the same time. That's what you do. You don't overload people. Okay? You don't do that. So instead of you saying, why you do that? Or why do you do that? Or making the person feel stupid, all you have to say is, that's interesting. Can you walk me through that reasoning? Perfect. Can you walk me through your reasoning? In other words, I want to understand why you did that foolishness. Can you walk me through your reasoning? And the reason why that is so good, right? Can you walk me through your reason? The reason why that is so good is because clearly you did it for a reason. I want to know what your reasoning is. I'm trying to understand you. Okay? I'm trying to understand you. Can you walk me through your reasoning? And I want to know too why you did it. Okay? That's why. You don't say, why did you do that? Don't do that to people. Don't do that. Because guess what? The next time he might have the golden idea that you will never know about. You know why? Because he feels insecure to come to you now with another suggestion. And he feels like as if he comes to you with another suggestion, you're just going to shut him down. Don't do that to people. Especially the young people on your team. They're full of ideas. They're in touch with social media. They're on the ground. They have everything. Right? Good day, Tinkerbell. Hi, good. God say, what is that? Tinkerbell? God say, fart free. I don't know what that is. I don't know where you think that is, how you think that is appropriate over here. I don't know. I think you should read the room. That's another one. Read the room, dear. I don't know what that means when you said what you said. All right. Anyhow, and moderators, you can definitely delete a comment when you see it that it doesn't really align with what we're doing over here. All right. Good. So instead of you saying to somebody, just do what I say. Just do what I say. No, not good. Not good. Not good. Just do what I say. You make people feel like robots. You make people feel like their autonomy. Good evening. It just seems so rigid. What does? What seems so rigid? I don't know what you're talking about. These rules. Okay, well then maybe you need to go somewhere else where these rules are not here. That's fine. Everywhere won't be for you. And that's okay. If you read the bottom, you'd know that. Okay, good. Now, Instead of you saying, just do what I say, what you say is, yeah, Gary said that's correct. The names imperfect. The names are back to their original format. King D. I don't know what that means. All right. Instead of saying just do what I say, Gary. And Gary Hem is an entrepreneur as well with his own company, so he has to deal with people, right? Hi, King D. Manners and honors to you. Everybody like the stream as you come in, including you, Tinkerbell, if you're still there, right? So instead of just do what I say, you say, please proceed as instructed. Please proceed as instructed. Gentlemen, please proceed as instructed. And they love that clarity, right? I love that clarity. Okay. Now, instead of you saying, you know what, you don't understand, right? No, you remember that's the you thing. You start with you again. You're making them feel accused. You don't understand. And listen, people have a lot of issues. Okay, people have a lot of issues. So you don't want them to feel unedged, especially when you're trying to get the best out of them. Don't do that. Okay. Instead of you don't understand, you say, please allow me to provide additional context for you. Okay? Please allow me to provide additional context for you. Miss T said, yes, King D, yes, some channels, I like it this way better. Yeah, for sure. The names are back to their original format. What does it mean, Miss T? Because I'm not clear on that. What does that mean? Because remember, I'm just getting used to restream and the lives and all that stuff. So a lot of stuff I won't. Live is focused on business language. Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you for explaining that for her, Miss T. I don't know what rules she was having problems with, but stick around. You can, we'll share our knowledge with you. If you feel like you want to stay, that's fine, right? Oh, the handles are different from the channel names on YouTube. Oh, I see. I didn't know that. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, no, that is, let's see. Instead of you saying, I don't agree, you can say, I don't agree. You can say, I don't agree. But with the soft skills, Imhotep says, some channels like mine show the YouTube handles and not the account names. That's what he meant. Oh, well, how do I change that? Do you guys mind that? Is that a bad thing or no? I don't know if it's a bad thing or not. You guys would have to help me with that, to be honest, because I'm learning, right? You guys know I'm learning too. Right? So, I don't agree. I don't agree. You can say, I have a differing viewpoint. I have a differing viewpoint. Right? Instead of I don't agree. And then when you say it that way, guess what? It's not like as if you are having animosity towards the person. It's not like you're saying, oh, I don't agree, I just don't agree. No, you're actually offering a solution. So you're saying, I actually have a different viewpoint. Curious, Miss Julia, what is that differing viewpoint that you have? And then you proceed to tell them, right? Blessings. Good day, everyone. Blessings to chat. Hi, Yo-Yo. Blessings. Okay, this one is better, Imhotep says, because the handles are too complicated at times. It doesn't show the names. Okay, understood. Good. Right? So, don't say to people, stop complaining. Don't say just stop complaining, right? I know. The squeaky wheels, sometimes they can get on your nerves, right? But you can be more proactive. You can be, it's basically, instead of saying stop complaining, just say to them, all right, well, let's focus on solutions. Let's focus on solutions. That nips it in the bud right away, right? And that highlights the fact that they are not focusing on solutions, that they're just revisiting the problem and ruminating the problem over and over and over again, right? So use a different phrase, right? Different than that. All right. Let's see another one. What else? You guys can give me some phrases too. All right. What's one that is inflammatory? You're lying. You're lying. Don't tell people that they're lying, especially in public. Even if you know that they are, don't tell them that. What you can say is, the information doesn't appear to be accurate. Simple. Remember, you're starting off with it sounds accusation. And listen, if it's not true and the person is lying, they don't know. But especially in public, the information does not appear accurate. Why is that? Right? You're basically putting them on notice. You're putting them on notice without making a big hullabaloo about it. All right? Subtle. You can still put people in their place, right? Without you rolling in the mud. Okay, and that's a skill. Okay, another one. Instead of you saying, you know what, I don't believe you. That's fine if you don't believe them. Guess what? That's fine. I don't believe you. That's fine. But you can think it, but don't say it. Right? So instead of I don't believe you, all right, let me throw it back at you. What is something that you would say? Instead of I don't believe you, what would you say? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Instead of I don't believe you, you ask a question. You say, is there supporting information for that? Is there supporting information for that? In other words, make me believe you. What proof do you have? Right? How can you support what you say? Can you verify that information? That's true too. Can you verify that information? Right? That's a good one. Okay? That's a good one. And then sometimes too, you have these people that come to your desk and they want to waste your time. Or they just want to chit chat, or the office gossip, right? The office gossip. You can't, or the people who, they're not done with their work. They see how much you are doing. Oh, Denton family says there seems to be some discrepancy. That's another good one. Denton family. That's another good one. Right? So everybody has them. These people. Sometimes these people just love to play politics in the office. They love it, right? And sometimes they try to get a reaction out of you too. So instead of you saying, you know what, you need to leave me alone. Don't say that. Don't tell people to leave you alone. Don't say you need to leave me alone, or I don't have time for that. Even though that's what you're thinking, right? And your face can make your face say it. Your face can talk, right? That's one thing. And sometimes it's bad because that's one thing about me too. My face don't hide. Even if my words are polished, my face does not hide, right? So instead of you tell them, you need to leave me alone, you just say to them, I need some uninterrupted time to focus. Write it down, take a picture, it's perfect. You basically setting them straight without being rude. I need some uninterrupted time to focus. Okay? Instead of basically you're telling them to F off. That's what you're doing. You're telling them to F off in a politically correct way. So you can't get in trouble. I need some uninterrupted time to focus. Okay? Good. That's a good one. Another thing, when somebody is being rude to you, you don't have to react. You don't have, never ever bring yourself down to that person's level, because remember, you're better, you're more informed than them. You have more experience than them, right? Don't do it. There are a lot of rude people in this world, and sometimes they do it just to get your attention, and sometimes they do it just to one up you in public. But again, you can always be firm without lowering yourself to their level. They have to communicate that way because they don't have the arsenal, the vocabulary, or the intelligence to meet you at your level. So what they'll try to do is try to drag you down, right? So instead of saying you're being rude, you can say, oh, well, that came across more direct than expected. Everybody in the room will be quiet. I've done it before, and it works. Because everybody can see that they're rude. But guess what? You're notches above. So you say, oh, that came across more direct than expected. And you look at other people. Other people agree with you, right? Why? Class always beats the fools. You understand what I mean? So you basically you are basically showing that you will have to elevate your communication. You can't pull that out of me, right? Exactly. That's what you need to do. Yes, Miss T. I know you would, right? That is something that people need to do. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I've seen so many people get passed over for things, right? So many people get passed over for stuff because they fall into these little traps, right? Don't fall into these little traps, right? There seems to be some, yeah, very good. Instead of you saying you didn't do it right, you didn't do it right, right? You didn't do it right. Don't say that. Don't say that. You didn't do it right. Remember, you're starting off with a you again. You didn't do it right. No. You say, you know what? Interestingly enough, that doesn't fully meet our requirements. It doesn't. That doesn't fully meet our requirements. Okay? Good. So now we're at the 1 hour and 30 mark. Let's see. Okay. I'm throwing it to you now. This is the end of the show. Instead of talk, we just did a whole PowerPoint on this. Instead of talk, what's the business word for talk? Instead of the layman word talk. Come on, you guys know it. You guys know it. You guys just had it. Instead of talk, what do we say? Instead of talk, we say discuss. Discuss. Okay? Good. Yes, discuss, Miss T. I don't know why I'm seeing it so late, my dear. Instead of ask, what do we say instead of ask? Instead of ask, what do we say? We say inquire. Instead of ask, we say inquire. All right? Instead of ask, we say inquire. Instead of tell, what do we say? Miss T know this one because she got it right last week. Instead of tell, what do? Inform. Instead of tell, inform. Great. Instead of tell, inform. All right, next one. Instead of help, what do we say? Miss T know this one too. She probably her hand's probably busy. Instead of help, what do we say instead of help? Assist. Will you assist me in this? You know why? Because help sounds so needy, right? Help sounds very, very needy. Assist makes me feel and makes me know that I am just, that's right, you must have got it. I don't know why I'm seeing it late. I'm seeing the type late. Assist, right? Instead of help, assist. All right, good. Instead of deal with, instead of deal with, instead of deal with, we just had it, guys. We just did it. We just did deal with. Come on, you guys, come on. I know you guys have the memory for this. Come on, deal with. Instead of deal with, what is it? I'm not going to deal with blah blah blah. Address. We are going to address the customers' concerns, not deal with the customers. Handle is good too. Handle is good too. Handle is good too. Handle is actually good. Actually, handle is good, but address is good too. All right. Instead of fix, fix. Instead of fix. Instead of fix, give me one. Come on. You guys know this. We just did it. We just did it. We just did it. We just did it, guys. Oh, my lips look so pale. We just did it. Instead of fix, yes, resolve. Correct. You must have a manager hats today. Resolve. Instead of fix, resolve. That's right. Instead of fix, resolve. All right. All right. Instead of give. That's right, Denton family. Correct. You too. Both of you got it. Instead of give, what do we say? What do we say? What do we say instead of give? I'll give you a hint. What do men love to say that they do other than protect? Men love to say they do this. And many times they do. Many times they do. Instead of give, that's right, Miss T. Miss T for the win. Provide. Miss T, get the cheers. Instead of give, provide. And you know that too, Miss T. They always love to say, we protect and provide. All right? Instead of end. Who is that? Go Ready. Just saw this now. Big up, big up, big up, big up, Go Ready. Big up. Instead of end, right? Instead of end, what do we say? I lock off this phone and this, you know, serious, I know I have spirits in here. Because I just lock off this phone and the phone turned back on by itself. Only good spirits around me here. I don't want no negative spirits for me. All right. Move it for yourself. See if it turns on again by itself. All right. Yes, Imatep. Miss T is top of the class. That is true. She's definitely top of the class. So instead of end, we have conclude. So conclusion, that's right, but conclude. In other words, let's conclude this meeting. Let's end this meeting. All right? And start. Everybody knows what start is. All right? Start. So I give you a hint. I give you a hint. Starts with C. We just did it. Yeah, he's right too. Conclusion, conclude comes from conclusion. He's right too. Right? Comments. Miss T. Boy, Miss T, you're a force to be reckoned with, sister. Comments. Yeah. Comments. Right? All right. Next one. Wait. Instead of wait, what do you say instead of wait? Instead of wait. We just did it on one of the sentences. Instead of wait, what do we do? What do we do? Wait. Defer. This is a good one for wait. Defer. All right? Defer. That's right, Miss T. You got it. You want to say, I'm at Miss T. I'm at the back of the class copy. Right. Yeah, begin is commence too. So we have begin here. Let me give you a different word instead of begin because we have to, and remember guys, remember context is important. Context is always important. The same thing what I was just telling you guys already with pay. Pay, like say you pay the person, right? Did you compensate the person? Okay, it's different. Then it depends on the context in what you're using it. Okay. So you compensate the person. But did you pay the invoice? Did you remit payment of the invoice or did you remit the invoice, right? Good. Use. Use. Is that what you're saying? Listen, man. Use the new system that I gave you. Use the new system that I gave you. Instead of use, we say it start with you. We just did it. That's right, Miss T. Okay. Utilize. Utilize. Listen, man. Any whole Hunger Games come to life, or Squid Games come to life, I'm on Miss T TV. Here, Miss T, choose me first, okay? Utilize, right? Good. Utilize. Now, instead of send, we always say this in Jamaica. We always say this. Instead of send, what do we say? But we use it in a different way. Forward, no man. Forward, forward, forward. Instead of send, I will forward the email to you, right? I will forward the email to you. All right. Yeah, give my tip. Say utilize. All right. So instead of send, we're gonna say forward. All right. Instead of get, what we're gonna say? Instead of get, instead of get, did you? So you're saying, did you get the email? Or well, get is simple to use. But instead of get in different, let me see. Hold on. Obtain. You can say obtain. Obtain. Obtain is better. Obtain. 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 All right. So listen. That means I'm gonna have to rub out some of the board. Receive. Receive is okay too. Yo. Actually, receive is not bad. Receive is not bad. All right. So we're gonna do just a couple more, right? Next week we were supposed to have a fireside chat talking about procrastination. But I have hopefully an expert, a psychologist expert, write out the papers, top of his class. I want him to talk about dealing with narcissistic bosses. Yeah, received. Yeah, received is good too. I want him to talk about because this is just reality, right? There are narcissists all over the world, right? We have to deal with them in our personal life, but how to deal with them at the workplace. So we're trying to see the schedules to see if he can come on. Like a lot of this stuff, yeah, you could probably find around if you read about it. But he will break down what it is, what to look for, how to deal with it, and how to get ahead, right? Because a lot of narcissistic bosses and managers make people quit jobs, right? Or make your life a living hell. All right. All right. So we're just gonna do 5 more. Let's see. Show. Let's do show. Show. That's one. Show is one. What else can we do? Let's see. Show. Here's another one. Try. Try is a good one. Try is a good one. Show, try. What else? What do people say? What I could say better? I'll look at it. I'll look at the document. Can't stand it. I'll look at. Look at. What do you mean by look at? That is so passive. That is so passive. That's like me saying, okay, I'm going to look at this ruler. There you go. I looked at the ruler. Ooh, great. That's so passive, guys. Let's get out of this passive language, especially when it comes down to business. Get out of the passive language. People want to know that you're going to be taking care of things. Okay? So instead of you saying look at, what can you say? I will. Instead of look at, which is just passive, I'm looking at it. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Not good enough. I will review. You know what? Review. I work with UK folks. They like obtain over get. That's right, go Ratty. That's right. That's why I used it. Yeah, I know. I've had that experience too, actually. Yeah. And you know what? My interest in this came from, I took it as an elective at Howard, actually. It wasn't a part of my major at all, but I took it as an electives because I wanted to learn more stuff. Review. That's right. Review. Review is better. It's not passive like look at. Look at is like, okay, I'm looking at it. Great. Who cares? Review means I'm going to be proactive in understanding, making sure it aligns, making sure it's right, making sure it's correct. Review. This is for dental family. Review. All right. Next. Try. Try. I don't like that word try. And I've corrected so much copy as a copywriter. When people say, we try and we'll try to this and we strive. No, we don't. You know why? Let me tell you why. Because when people write things like, we strive to put our customers first, that doesn't mean that you accomplished it. It's very passive. We try to make people feel included. That doesn't mean that try is not good enough. So that's why I don't like those type of words. However, sometimes you do have to use it. So instead of you saying try, you can say attempt. Attempt. Well, we attempted it. I will attempt it. Right? Sounds better. It just gives a better, gives a better sound. All right. Show. Instead of show, I will show you this money gun. Show, so what? Who cares? Show. No. What you want to do is demonstrate. Right? I will show you how it works. No. I will demonstrate to you how it works and what to do. Okay? Got it? Great. Good. Let's see. Another one. Keep. Another good one for keep. Give me a guess. I know I did a lot today, but I'll do more because I mean you guys seem like you enjoy it. Instead of keep, what do you suggest? Retain. Retain is a good one for keep. Right? Retain is a good one for keep instead of retain. And again, instead of you saying, you know what? I'll think about it. I'll think about it. No. It sounds negative. Just say, I'll consider it. I'll consider your proposal. I'll consider it. Yeah. Or it's under consideration. Ding. Easy. All right, guys. Well, we are at the, what mark is this? 1 hour and 54 minutes. Almost 2 hours. So Thanks for coming. Yeah, next week we want to talk about narcissists and dealing with narcissists. Supposed to be a fireside chat. It's been snowing out. It's snowing a lot today. The snow and the fire is really nice though. It's really nice. I'm about to go light my fire now underneath my tent and have some good time with myself. So bless you and thanks for coming. Hope you find it reasonable and helpful. Respect everyone and respect to you too, Imhotep, and everybody that tune in. All you people who are subscribed, please send me your email because you're supposed to get the PowerPoint. Thank you, Gary. Thanks for coming. Thank you and bless you. All right, good.
This is the truth, but this is also the truth, and this is the truth as well. Looks like the truth depends on your point of view. What a surprise.